work. What are we doing today?
What are we doing? We are doing some Blazor.
We are. Because we are rewriting our webpage for Coding After Work in Blazor. And it's a journey.
Mm-hmm.
It's a journey.
We're not going to be done today.
Of course not. I have stuff left to do. I have plans for the next time.
You have plans?
Yes, I do.
Ooh,
I do.
Exciting.
Secret plans.
Secret plans.
Well, no. Not that secret. CSS. Almost
Oh,
a secret.
CSS plans.
Yes. But today it's your turn.
CS secret. I don't know.
What?
I couldn't force that.
Don't even.
All right. So usually you force me to talk about the sprint.
Yes.
In the beginning.
I do.
Are you going to do that today
I
as well?
am going to enforce that today
All right.
as well.
So let's pop
You
into...
prepped?
I have, because I kind of knew that you were not going to...
Okay, so episode 7 of rewriting, you figured out that this is a step we're going to do?
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
okay. So today is sprint 7.
Yeah, and we only have 6 of them, so I guess we're done.
That's not how sprint works.
Okay. So let's...
You might think
pop in
so.
here. So usually I prepare this on before the stream, but why not do it on stream?
Yeah, exactly. Because I think that not all people are working in Azure DevOps.
No.
So that's good.
So let's see here. We
It's
have...
September.
It's
So you need to
September,
change.
so it should be this date.
Exactly.
And I'm guessing the stop date is going to be today as well.
It is, because we have very fast sprints here. They
Super
are
sprints.
about 90 minutes.
Okay, so we have a sprint. Let's check our backlog.
And on top,
On top, the most important
highest
thing.
priority.
So we're definitely going to upgrade to .NET 6 because .NET 6 Preview 7 released, it was a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
We are already upgraded on
And
where
I
I work.
the past 2 streams, so you weren't allowed to update to 6.
And we have been busy. We've been doing some talks.
We have.
So we have been on the...
On .NET Live.
.NET Live, right.
On .NET Live.
So I was talking about Blazor and Bluetooth, and you were talking about...
UX.
UX.
Practical tips to improve your user's experience, I think it's called. That's a mouthful.
So I thought that we're going to do... We usually do 3 things. It's been a little bit... Sometimes we didn't done 3
And
things.
sometimes I need to redo my steps.
But I think that we're going to... I think we will make 3 things today.
Yeah?
Probably. Might be. So I want to move the timestamp to a query string. And this is a new feature in .NET 6. We're going to take a look at that.
That's cool.
We're going to add some SEO, search engine optimization.
Mm-hmm. That's good.
And when we're talking about blogs or podcasts, I should say, podcasts, YouTube episodes and all of that, SEO is super important.
It is.
So we're going to take a look at that's also a new feature in .NET 6.
Awesome.
So a little bit .NET 6 stuff today. Okay.
Oh, we also, while you are in the backlog, we actually are this close to finalize our new sponsor.
Ooh.
So we need to add a sponsor page. We already have one sponsor, Progress, Telerik. And they have fantastic Blazor UI components.
They do.
I think 80 or so. Chances are they have what we need.
But what about our new sponsor?
Our new sponsor is a company called... It's actually an insurance company.
Huh?
But they have... I think their community, their developer community is over 800 people.
Wow.
And they are growing their tech community. So they actually want to be more involved. So we are talking to them, finalizing everything.
What is the name of the company?
If. Yes.
Like an if statement.
Like an if statement, which is very suitable.
And funny thing is that we use them.
Yeah,
for our
actually,
car.
we do. But that's because they are so involved in the community.
Yeah.
Because we have we don't have a pandemic. We help organize a conference called Svetug. and they are usually a sponsor there, or an exhibitor,
Yeah.
I should say.
Yeah.
And they really love it. We really like them. They are hands-on. They don't send people. They don't send their salespeople. They send their developers, so you can actually have a discussion with them.
And we have lots of friends that have worked there and work there currently. So
yeah. So when the day came when we were choosing between, actually we didn't have that much to choose between, but we have 2 or 3 companies. We chose them because we know they're friendly people. At least their developer department is good.
Okay, so
hopefully they're as good with their insurance as well.
We know that it's C# in the back end. It should be. Okay, so add sponsor page. There we go. And let's just leave it at the bottom. I don't know.
We'll need to figure that out later.
Probably gonna do it a little bit. Actually, I do want it at kind of the same time as the about page.
Yeah.
But
we can refine it.
Yeah.
That's the beauty of it.
Okay, so things has happened. .NET 6 has released, or Preview 7 has released, I should say.
It's still a preview. We need to...
It's ready for production, people.
Nope. Just because Jimmy puts anything in production, all the betas, alphas if you could.
So let's start.
It's not recommended.
We should do it. Of course it is.
No, you recommend it, but it's not.
To be fair, it doesn't have a go live license. So
test in production, guy says. Yes, exactly. That's the. That's how you do it, right?
Well, we're never going to be able to figure out the problems unless we run it in production.
People don't take advice like this.
Okay, so I'm going to start a new Blazor server app here.
Jimmy's a pro just like me. I'm not going to do it then.
And I'm going to give it the name Blazor App 17.
Oh my god, why?
Because I have 17 of them before this one.
No, you have 16.
Oh,
or did you zero index it?
It should definitely be zero indexed. And we're doing the .NET 6 preview. That's good. We're just going to leave it at that. And we're going to take a look at what that template looks like. Mm-hmm. So let's see if we can get that.
.NET 6 template.
Whoa, template. Okay, so there are a couple of things that has happened in the new template. Mm-hmm. First of all, there's no startup.
Oh.
Gone.
Interesting.
So all of that stuff is in the program.cs instead. So here we have the add razor pages and all of the stuff right here. Okay. And you might notice that we don't have any namespace.
There's no namespace.
Namespace gone.
Where's that?
You might even notice that we don't even have a method. And this is what they call a top-level statement. Mm-hmm. So they basically removed this clause. We're going to... I actually don't know how Blazor knows that this is the
Magic.
one. That, probably. But in some way, it knows that this is the startup method. This is the one we're going to run. There's no methods. It's just going to run, just going to take over and do all the things. So we don't have a namespace. We don't have a startup. And we don't have a method.
So what do we have?
We're going to start there. Hold your horses.
Okay.
So what I'm thinking is that the Coding After Work project, mm-hmm. It's pretty. It doesn't have a lot of things that is not in the template. Basically, for startup, we have a couple of services, but let's just grab all of this awesome code
from the template.
Copy, and then we're going to pop into our project,
which is still .NET 5.
It is still .NET 5. That's true. Maybe we should. Should we upgrade it first?
I don't know. You tell me.
We probably should upgrade it first. probably right about this. Let's do
We
that.
have it on video. You said I was right.
So let's do that first. That's a very good point. Let's do that first.
Top level code.
Yeah. I'm not sure about if I like it or not. But yeah.
Well, we have to give it a shot.
It's way cleaner. It's way cleaner. Okay, so we're gonna go. And we're done.
You want to sit down now?
Yeah. Can you take over?
Well, I could have done that.
we're not completely done, to be honest.
No, I figured.
Okay, so we have 3 projects, so we need to do that in this one. And guess what? Can I do it in this one?
And it's a 7? No. 6.
The fun thing is that I believe that the .NET main branch is actually .NET 7.
Oh.
And .NET 6 is another branch that they're still working on. Okay, so let's pop into dependencies, manage NuGet packages, take a look at. Okay, so we've got a little bit of old versions going on here. So let's update it all. Yeah. These are probably
that was
not
B unit as well, the testing framework
Yeah.
for Blazor. Yeah.
It's probably not .NET 6 any of this, but
No, as long as it works and we have.
there is a later version.
Yeah,
That's
I
what
know.
we're gonna do.
Yeah, I know. You work like that.
Okay, so let's just. When we do kind of big things like this, I usually clean the solution before I.
So what happens when you do a clean solution?
So what should happen when I do a clean solution
Theoretically.
is that the obj folder and the bin folder should be cleared. That is not usually what happens.
No, but they should be. The intention is.
Yes.
Because they can actually make some issues sometimes, from time to time.
But I believe I have a plug-in in Visual Studio
Oh?
that is called something.
That you cannot find.
I
So
cannot
let's
find
think
it, and I can't figure out
slower
what.
in case
Press
you can...
the remote harder because the battery is running. Maybe I don't have that. So it's called. It's by Mads, like all the plugins are.
Like a lot of the good ones.
Definitely. And it's called.
Fingers crossed. Uh-huh. The excitement here.
Come on.
What
Don't I really...
can it be
No, I
called?
don't have it.
Oh my gosh. Then, step 1.
Okay. We need to go into the manage extensions. We need to figure this one out. Tweaks. It's called tweaks.
Okay.
See, I did
You did
remember
it.
tweaks. There it is. So one of the really cool things with, I'm not gonna. No, maybe no. So
What's the difference between the versions? One is preview and
one is done by someone else.
Oh, okay, I see.
What's up with that?
I don't know. Maybe it's a different tweak.
Yeah. So it's a collection of minor fixes and tweaks for Visual Studio. So one of the things that it does have is a presenter mode. So everything is a little bit larger.
Yeah.
Like in the Solution Explorer and stuff like that. We should probably use it on stream, but I heard that there were some iffy things going on in 2022, so I haven't dared use it just yet.
We need to try that out.
Yeah, but it also has those minor fixes, like it's going to delete the bin and obj folder.
That's good.
But let's just try and run this and see if everything...
If we need to.
If we need to.
But it's a good tip. Because, I mean, it's just such a small thing, but it's easy to forget. And
There it is.
There it is. And it's
There it
now
is.
.NET 6.
It's .NET 6.
And there's no difference to the site.
Let's see. Let's click podcast.
Oh,
There we go.
No. Yeah. So we are not done with that page.
This is what it looks like.
Finished product. No.
But last time, that was 3 weeks ago now.
Yeah.
You did the menu, and let's see if it still works.
Yeah, we have the mobile.
Yeah, look at that.
Yeah,
This
but
worked.
we skipped the whole fixing the image because
Yeah.
we need to switch that out and have a smaller image, and we didn't have that. And I don't think that people will enjoy looking at me resizing images in Photoshop.
To be fair, it might have been a better choice to fix these things.
Yeah.
But then .NET 6.
Yeah.
So we need to stop everything we're doing and just upgrade. Okay, so we
And
got...
also, I've done 2 streams, and it's your turn, so...
That's true, that's true.
Let's .NET 6 all the things.
Okay, so we got .NET 6. Let's pop into our program. Let's select everything, and let's see here. Is it this one? Yep.
Yeah, so what you just used is the smart copy-paste that remembers things
In Windows.
in Windows. Yeah, so it's built in Windows. I keep forgetting about it. So if you copy-paste something, or rather, if you copy something and then you copy something else, I think, well, I'm doomed. I need to go back again. But there's a feature for that if you want.
Windows V.
Yeah, but you need to actually toggle it to allow it to do that. So that's what you used.
Okay, so this guy is saying, hey, weather forecast service can't find it. We do have a weather forecast service. It's in the...
Yeah, I don't know why we still have that.
And that's a great point, because we're going to remove that today.
Yeah, that's good.
So we're just going to remove that.
Yay, cleaner
There
code.
we go. So let's take a look at the startup. So that's the one we don't need anymore.
Right.
And there's a lot of things happening here. All those things have been moved into...
Could you close the bottom thingy?
I can do that.
Thank you. Awesome.
So there's a lot of things going on. All of that is moved into the program file.
And it did that for me? For you?
No, that was what the stuff I copied.
Okay.
All but this one. Because this is one of the ones that we added, the content service, the YouTube and the podcast service.
Okay.
So we're going to copy that one and bring that into here. There we go. And as you can see, syntax is a little bit... we don't have services anymore. It's builder.services.
Yeah.
So we're going to copy that as well and just bring that in.
I think you
Almost
there
all the way.
we go. Maybe that's how they know, because it's a builder before that. So, heads up, you're going to build this awesome stuff.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know.
I think it's a top level thing.
I think it's magic and unicorn tears and pixie
Okay,
dust.
so if I'm not saying this, you're gonna go nuts on me.
Yeah.
So I'm control dot
Thank
brings
you.
up the menu
Thank you.
and coding of the work dot services. I'm gonna bring that one that using in here as well.
Yeah, so
there we
it's
go.
a pet peeve of mine because back in the day, I followed a video tutorial, and it was a code along, sort of, and I did everything exactly as the instructor said. I tried, when this was before GitHub was a huge thing, so there was no source code, and I could not for the life of me get it to run. And I don't know, I spent probably the better part of a day trying to figure out what the difference was. And I paused the video and painstakingly went through it. And then Jimmy came home from work and he's just like, control dot, fix the thing.
I actually forgot one thing. I noticed. I forgot this one. So add HTTP client. We're using that one for getting all the data. So we need that one as well. I'm gonna bring that in.
And the builder.
And the builder. There we go. Save. And delete.
Yay!
It's out of there.
That's cool.
It really cleans up the project quite nicely. Okay. So we don't have a lot of things in the coding of the work project. we have all the stuff in the coding of the work.components project.
Right.
That's where we got all the nice things. So we have a weather forecast.cs. We have a weather forecast service. Let's get rid of those. No, we don't need those. I am going to turn down the volume on my computer because it's making sounds.
Are we going to delete the whatchamacallit that I'm saying every single time? We should really delete that. The not CSS, the thing.
Isolated CSS.
No? The bootstrap thingy we still have, the legacy bootstrap thingy. Or did we remove that last stream?
I think we did.
Maybe we did.
That's a CSS thing, so you have
So
to do
that's
that.
on me. Yeah. Okay, so next week. If it's still there, it's gone. It's gone.
Okay, so we have fetch data. Let's remove that one as well.
Oh, because that was the HTTP.
The web and the other things was the service and the data classes, and now we have the page as well. So we're going to remove that, and we are going to remove the counter.
Yeah, because we're not using that either.
But
that was just a sample.
If I build this, you're going to see some red stuff, I believe.
Squiggly line.
Oh, we're going to see a couple of red things. First of all, the test project can't find the counter anymore because that's the project that's the component that we tested. So we're going to solve that in the best possible way. We're just going to remove the tests. Isn't that how it works?
Sure. Let's go with that. Test in production and just comment out your code so the test doesn't fail. Don't do that, people.
The next thing we need to do is we need to go into our coding afterward project again. We're going to take a look at the app. So we don't have any program class anymore. We only have so the program. So what this does is that it takes.
Breathe and take it one more time.
We're saying the type of program, and we want the assembly that the class program resides in. In this case, we don't have that anymore, so we need to change that, and I need to check my notes, and we're just going to change it to app.
Okay.
So there we go. So it's instead the program class was in the coding of the work project, and the app file is as well. So it's still going to find the assembly. Okay. So let's take a look now. It says some things are missing. Let's just build this again and see if
it's still missing.
There it is. 0 failed and everything succeeded.
Woohoo!
Okay, so
are we fully .NET 6 now?
We were from the moment the 5 went to 6, we were full .NET 6. But we got a couple of things that we want to do as well. So we have the content service. Look at this. What's up with this? So the really cool thing with .NET 6 is that I can remove the
brackets?
The moose wings.
The moose wings? That only works in Swedish.
the curly braces. And so I can move the class. So it's not indentated. I don't know. So the namespace we can just put up here and with
no
a semicolon. No brackets, because it's going to understand that. And
that will be so much easier to read.
I wasn't sure that I liked this one either. But then I realized that the Razor files, the Razor components, has that feature. You can just add namespace and it's going to understand that. So just bringing that.
Swedish people and Canadian people, welcome. We are .NET 6ing all the things. But that's cool. I think actually, for me, who does not live in in Visual Studio most of the time. For me, this is easier to read because there's not a lot of indentations.
Yeah.
So I don't need to scroll sideways.
Often when you code...
Y'all are Swedish?
Often when you code stuff, there's always some kind of curly brace that you're missing a curly brace, or there's one too many. This just solves those problems.
Just a little bit.
We got rid of 2 of them.
Yeah. And it's a little bit better aligned. Oh, you just got back from a kayak round? Oh, nice. We've been there. They're so nice. Well, we're not in the kayak. I can't even.
I don't even know.
Because Jimmy is a little bit seasick.
Little bit.
Like green.
So we want to do this in the other in the other files as well. So let's just remove this.
I like it. I've decided you like it too.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. I'm your wife, so you have to like it when I say so. That's how it works, right?
As far as I know.
Nobody tell him different.
We're just going to remove all those things. Nice and easy.
So what you're doing right now is one of those that blew my mind that I actually could do. You were moving a whole chunk of code. You were aligning it. So how do you do that?
Shift tab.
Yeah, it's fantastic. So for me, it was a neat freak. Over 25 years of marriage, can confirm. Thank you, Guy.
So let's see here. We don't have to do anything with the pages. The shared stuff is fine. We don't need to do anything in the episode files and stuff like that. So I think we're good.
Awesome. So can you tell me what the green squiggly lines are all about?
The green squiggly lines is telling me that something is wrong and I should probably address it.
Yeah, but it's not as wrong as
so in this case,
it's actually an issue.
You'll see that it's a non-nullable property. So we're let's pop in here.
Before you go into that, also married for more than 25 years, all I know for sure is that when it's wrong, she needs to go shopping. Sounds legit. I'm sorry. Green squiggly lines.
So in the coding off components, we have nullable and enable. So it's going to check for nullable things. It's not going to blow up because it's just going to say, it's okay. It's okay. You probably want to check this. You probably want to add something. This
may or may not be an issue in a later stage.
Exactly.
I think we talked to someone about that on stream. Mads Torgensen, yes.
Not on stream though, but on
the podcast.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So basically, it's telling us where was it? So basically, it's telling us so you don't have any value in here. It's currently null. So what I can do is I can add a question mark and say that this is nullable. This can be null. I allow it, but then I have to check whether or not it's null. So that's one option. Another option is to set it to a value. So I'm saying this is an empty string. And you see the green squiggly lines goes away.
Because an empty string is still something. Or at least more than null.
Yeah. And there's also, I believe that you can add a constructor and say that all of these values need to be inserted. And this green squiggly line is going to go away. We're not going to address this. I'm going to be fine with this for now.
Fine. And it's basically just a heads up.
Yeah.
You're on your own.
So what we are done at work, we have this on, and we also have said we said to Visual Studio that, hey, all the warnings, I want you to put those as errors. So if I would do this at work, it's just going to say, it's going to blow up. I'm not going to be able to compile.
But that actually makes sense because you work at a bank. The issues there might cost a little bit more than a show doesn't show up on our page.
Definitely.
I would say.
Okay, so we got we got some stuff here. And the next thing is to get some. Let's see what order I want to do this in. So maybe we just go into. Let's just add the time.
Timestamp?
The time. No, yeah. So in here, last time I coded, at least, I added a little bit of an int up here.
A little bit of an
int that could say that, hey, I wanna listen to the podcast. I wanna listen to a specific timestamp.
Right.
So pretty much as YouTube has it.
Yeah, so basically, if you say something funny, I can send that to Richard. Haha, see what Jimmy did, and he doesn't have to listen to the whole episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in this case, it looks something like this. Let's take a look at what it looks like. Podcasts.
Don't mind the design here. We're not done.
Don't mind.
Don't mind it.
Let's take.
Ooh, don't mind this either. This isn't actually styled yet.
So I will be able to say 120, for example.
And it will start 2 minutes.
2 minutes in, and it's only with the one that we have designed. Well, not designed, but we have.
Well, the other one isn't actually showing on stream yet because you're in the way.
Oh, okay. Never mind. It's not here. It's not here.
Nice try.
So it's going to pop in 2 minutes in. But I want to have the same syntax as YouTube. I want to have a question mark T equals.
Yeah, it's nicer.
Yeah, but working with query strings in Blazor is not that.
Is it gnarly?
You don't want to do it. You don't want to do it.
So how are we going to solve that then?
We are going to solve that with something amazing. So in here, we're going to take all of that, and we're just going to, boom, delete it.
Ignore the player behind the Jimmy. Exactly. You get it.
So we're going to remove the route, because we don't need that anymore.
Because you have magic.
I have magic. I have a parameter here. That was the one we used just before. And I'm going to be able to add something new. So I'm going to say supply. And I'm not getting any IntelliSense.
Because sometimes
parameter.
it doesn't work.
I need to check my notes here. Query. Like that.
You are using Visual Studio 2022, so you have yourself to blame. Because it works most of the time, but sometimes it's not that helpful.
Supply parameter from query. That's I stand by that. And I'm gonna say name equals. Check this out. T.
Huh.
So it doesn't have to be named time. It can be named whatever.
So raccoon.
I can name it what?
Raccoon.
So let's build it and see if it finds something. No, they don't.
Richard probably have a couple of raccoons you can take.
Challenge accepted.
Still not legal in Sweden, though.
Why isn't this showing up? Let's see here. I'm forgetting something.
Or reboot it. Trash pandas.
I'm actually going to just close that file for a minute. Rebuild it. It's not finding it. Why aren't you finding it?
I say reboot Visual Studio.
Well, that is not a bad suggestion.
That solves half my stuff.
We have .NET6 over there. Everything should be okay. It complains about fetch data eraser, but we removed that one. Okay, so let's just do the sensible thing and remove the bin and obj file.
Yeah. You're gone.
Is more often the problem than it still says So
What?
do we still have fetch data? Fetch data.
Doesn't look like it.
Here, fetch data. No? Okay. Restart.
Yeah.
So
It's kind of I find it so funny that we're still today, 30 years later. Have you tried turning it off and on again?
That's true. That is true. So the thing with the Visual Studio 2022, I believe I'm running the 3.1 version. No, I'm actually just running.
There's a new
I have
one.
an old version.
I don't
Okay,
think,
we
I
need
don't
to
think a preview.
Thank you so much for joining us.
I don't
What's up
think
with that?
the preview is an old version.
the 3.1 actually works. Doesn't work great at all.
Okay, so that's why we're on 3.
It's supply.
Well, actually, I'm not on 2022 on my computer.
Let me read this. Okay, let's do it like this instead. Let's bring in our friend. And I closed that one. That was
closed our friend?
super stupid of me. Let's bring in our friendly URI. There we go. So our old friend Daniel Roth is going to help us with this parameter. And I'm
No,
going to
he's not.
spell that correctly.
No, no, he is. You need to know how to spell. That's
There it is. So this is a new feature in Preview 7, even.
in Preview 7. Okay.
In .NET 6 Preview 7.
Yeah.
So supply parameter from query. Did I spell that wrong? Something?
Wouldn't put it past you.
That was not the thing I wanted to copy. Let's try that again. Copy.
And paste.
Paste.
Parameter.
Still says.
Why?
Okay, so let's take a look at .NET. I never remember if it's 2 V's or 1 V. Probably
And you mean
one
dash and not V.
and probably version instead. No?
Uh-huh.
Am I insane? No? Okay, let's .NET.
But I actually like when things doesn't always work out, because then I can figure out how to maybe solve that.
But in this case, it says that I have Preview 7 right here. So this
Okay.
should be running in Preview 7.
Huh.
So why isn't it running on Preview 7?
That is.
Do we have, are we missing some namespace thingies? Let's see if we are, let's grab it from here instead. Let's see what we got here. So let's go here. Let's add a code block. Let's add, I believe this isn't fixed yet, no?
You have to type by hand.
Have to use my hands? What a children's toy. String, monkey, no,
You need to
raccoon.
give your keyboard a workout.
Raccoon.
Oh, all your variables will be named raccoon now.
So there we go, and we're gonna go into, we're gonna say we need a parameter, and I believe I do have it right there. Bills.
But you want it to be named something else than assign.
Look at that. This one works.
Oh, that's interesting. Why? So we have parameter. You have parameter. We have the supply parameter.
This is
What?
super
Wait, go
odd.
back to the other one.
No, wait. Oh, okay. So
You figured it out.
I have a theory.
You have a theory.
Because I went in to coding after work.
Yeah.
But we have all the stuff in the component folder.
Right. You
So
deleted the wrong
see.
bin object
Let's see if
folder.
this
Okay.
solves it.
Fingers crossed. Come on.
No.
No. So close.
Well, it didn't. Okay, it didn't. Oh, I totally broke this.
Oh, you broke it? Uh-oh.
Let's see here. Maybe we just have to come back to this one if it continues to
be a pain.
do stupid things. I can't figure out why this isn't.
Supply parameter from query. And what was the other one that worked?
It was the same. This one works.
Supply parameter from query. Huh.
It's in the code. This one. This has code. It's probably some kind of. Let's see here. Let's take a look at imports. Do you have some? Did I try to?
Did you try to what?
Control dot this one?
Did not help.
Well, it's still a beta. So.
Yeah. That's
Okay,
what you get when you do preview stuff. It's always frustrating when it works on your other machine.
Yeah.
It actually works on the same machine, but in a different project.
Let's bring in all of these as well, just in case.
Just in case.
Then I'm gonna give up. Okay, so we don't have a lot of things in here.
Okay.
And I'm in the right one. Okay.
Uh-huh.
So maybe,
Okay.
just maybe,
will this be the one? And why is
will it blend?
red squiggly lining us in
So
the namespace?
There's some things. Okay, let's just.
Yeah, the squiggly line went away.
Authorization. We don't have that in this project, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
That one we have 2 of.
Don't need that.
Okay, one last try.
Okay.
Just one more. Just one more.
Come on.
No.
And there, you're.
And we don't have anything in the index file here. No.
You have a raccoon.
Oh, this isn't doing the right colors, but at least it's.
That's always interesting.
So it's Microsoft ASP.NET, ASP.NET Core components.
Yeah, we do have the components.
So
I'm pretty sure I saw that.
Like
yeah,
this.
there you go.
Let me spell it out for you. It's not there.
It doesn't even. That's interesting. Is it a later version of 7, previous 7?
It shouldn't be. Okay.
No, because it worked in the other. Oh,
let's just ignore that one.
Yeah. Well, this is the downside of using cutting edge previews and stuff.
But do you know what is super annoying?
That it works on the same computer in a different project.
It's working on the same in a yes, but I have tried this.
Yep. And it
in
worked.
this project.
Huh. That's
just to make sure that everything worked, and it worked.
Yeah. Again.
I have proof. But something is could it be that I actually need to have 3.1 because I believe I have 3.1 in that.
Ah.
No, because it works or not. Let's just not go down that raccoon hole.
Raccoon hole? I think it's rabbit. The raccoons even dig. Well, they dig through trash. That's for sure.
That is the name of it now.
Okay. Raccoon all the things. Okay, so what was the third thing we were doing
the third
today?
thing was SEO.
Right.
And our good friend Dan Roth has some things to say about that.
That's awesome.
And we're going to go ahead, modify the HTML head content from Blazor Components. Okay, so this project that we are working on is Blazor Server.
It's a raccoon. Raccoon den. Today I learned. Yeah, I know, right? Who knew?
So what we want to do, we want to add stuff to the head tag. And previously there have been a preview version of this for .NET 3, I believe.
Okay.
It made it through a couple of no, it was actually .NET 5, but it only went to preview and never reached RTM. So this one they remade. They tried to do it correctly. So basically what we need to do, we need to add head content, and I clicked something. We need to add head content into the controls, and that will set the head content on the base page or the page. So for, as I mentioned, we're using Blazor Server. For WebAssembly, this is what you need to do.
Oh, that's it?
Yeah.
Huh.
For Blazor Server, on the other hand,
no.
guess what we're gonna do for the rest of 45 minutes. Okay, so we need to create a layout.cshtml. So this is a, say it, Racer. What is
Racer page. Way to put me on the spot. So every time I hear Racer page or even read it, I hear it as the same way as, speaking of raccoons, Rocket Raccoon says taser face in Guardians of the Galaxy. He's like, taser face.
Or actually, it's Taser Face.
Yeah,
that
it's
says,
Taser
says
Face
it
who says it. It's Rocket Raccoon who mocks him for it.
That's your name? Okay,
so Racer page.
So in the Coding Afterward project, we're going to add a new. Do I have the awesomest plugin ever?
Do you?
This machine sucks.
You haven't any? Do you even have any plugins? No.
So apparently I need to do it the old-fashioned way.
So this is what you're talking about is another plugin by Mads.
Yeah.
Yeah. That when you want to create a new file, it does it for you.
Yeah. So I believe it's Shift F2, and when I do that, I'm just gonna add the name. It's gonna create and get that template, the correct template for that specific file. But I'm actually going to do it like this instead. I'm going to copy the host file, paste that one, and rename it. And why I'm doing that is going to be, just as a pun, soon apparent.
Okay.
Apparent.
No. At least it's not as many puns in
this stream.
In this stream as in our other channel, Married Geeks, because that's basically Legos. Right now, it's just Legos and puns.
Okay, so the layout page is going to have all the things that we have in the host file, basically. Okay. So we don't need to set the layout. We want to have HTML. We want to have the head tag, and down here we want to render another component. So here we can say component type equals, and it's going to be a type of head outlet. Let's see if this works.
Yeah. Doesn't want to take it?
No. Let's finish it. And the render mode is going to be server pre-rendered.
Nice. I like pre-rendered stuff. Why doesn't it approve of HeadOutlet?
Let's see. We maybe need to add a little bit of a namespace here. Namespace. No, not namespace. Using. We need to bring in a namespace. So using Microsoft dot ASP.NET Core components and web. Come on.
There we go.
No.
One it's just a component who's not.
Oh, I don't have a end tag. There we go.
There we go.
Okay, we're not getting any errors. Let's compile it and see if it works. Come on. It worked.
There we go.
I mean, it worked.
I knew that.
And instead of that component, so why are we doing it? Why are we separating it like this? Is because it's important for the components to be rendered in a certain order. So we're going to remove the so this one is where the component tag is rendering a Blazor component or Razor component, and in the type of app. So app is the base component. But instead of that, we want to do it like this. We want to render. Let's spell that correctly. Render body instead. So now this is a layout page.
Yeah, this is easier to read, easier to understand than the other one.
So now we go back to our host file, and now we can remove everything. Not everything.
Well,
almost
everything. A lot of things.
And we bring in the app render. We're rendering the Razor component in here instead.
In the host file.
In the host file.
Yeah.
And we're saying that we want to use the layout. There we go. So the host file is still going to be the one that is rendered first. It's going to bring in the layout file. The layout file is going to be rendered. I don't know in which order, to be honest, but this way.
But the host file will keep track of that for us.
Yeah.
That's nice. I like when they work for us.
So let's see if this still works. No. Okay, let's take a look. What am I missing? Render body.
Oh, you don't have any.
There we go. There we go.
Still red squiggly.
Does not exist.
Pretty sure it does, though.
I can see it. It's there. Okay, so let's take a look. Okay, so we don't need to have this one. We don't need to have a namespace. We did add the tag helper.
Yeah.
It's actually went away, so maybe there we go.
That was it.
So let's just see if this still works as expected. It still looks horrible. Oh, this part is okay, but this part, there we go.
Sorry,
looks horrible.
I'm not done with that yet.
And we need to change all the images as well.
Yeah, we need to do that as well. Gosh.
Okay, so let's go into our episode page. Here we go. So in our episode page, we need to add a way to show these awesome the meta tags, really. That's what we want to do. So we are going to, let's let's see. Let's add it here. Doesn't really matter because it's going to be rendered in the other page instead.
Right.
So
That's good to know.
Head content. So whatever is between these tags is going to be rendered in the head. What was it called? Head
content? No, that's the
head outlet.
head outlet. Right. So I'm guessing that is what the SEO bots or spiders or whatever they're called nowadays are reading.
Yes.
Okay.
So what I can do here is I can add a title, for example.
Remember when we had to put in white on white text on white background just to get search words in?
Yeah.
Raccoon!
I mean, no, what's up with that? Okay, so it's not finding that one. I hope that it's just Visual Studio. Let's try it. Let's see what's happening. So we're going to click on a podcast. Let's bring in a Mark Miller.
Oh, this is not style. This is not style. This is hurting me. Whew.
Let's see here.
Need to fix this.
So for some reason,
there's no raccoons.
The developer tools in Edge has stopped working for me.
Okay. So use another browser.
Let's see here. Let's do it like that. Maybe we will see it here. So we don't.
Tiniest little font.
Don't have any raccoons.
No raccoons.
So did we put let's take a look here. So we had a head content. Can't find that one. Create a component from tag. That's not what we want to do.
No.
Let's see here. We got component. Now I'm reading from my notes. Let's take a look at the layout file. It's inside of the head.
Yeah.
And it finds that one. That's fine.
But the title, will that be the title in the page or up in the bar of the page?
It's going. I didn't even see it. The other one. Let's see here.
Control F raccoon.
There it is. There's So we already have a title, but what should have happened was that we should have two titles. Okay. So that doesn't make sense, but it should work. Okay, so let's take a look. Let's bring in the whole thing here and pop into our episode.
Let's spell it out for them again. No, does not like that.
Does not find head content. So let's take a look at.
And this is the page
head
I
content.
pasted in the chat as well.
Let's bring in this one. Okay. Head content is there. Should work.
No. It still have a little...
What is up with my computer?
Richard has to go.
Bye.
Yeah, we miss you too. Hopefully, if everything goes well, we might see you in Oslo soon enough, if everything goes well.
Yep.
Thank you for joining. NDC, exactly. NDC, hopefully. We are crossing all the fingers we have that the world will be a better place.
Yeah.
In a few months, so we can all get together there. At a safe distance, of course.
Let's just pop into our other project here. And
the one that worked. That is interesting. So what's the difference between these projects?
Okay, so this .NET 6.
Yeah.
Microsoft.NET SDK Web.
Yeah.
That should be the same for this one, I believe. .NET, Microsoft.NET SDK Web, .NET 6. Okay, that's good.
I would say that's the same.
This one, .NET 6. This is okay because it's another project.
Okay.
So I believe that is fine.
Uh-oh. Someone, I'm not naming any names, but someone forgot to change a 5 to a 6. Am I onto something? Am I onto something?
I did it in the test project, but not here.
Uh-oh.
But I do love problems that presents a solution.
Yeah, that is always good. And also it's good to know if you run into this sort of issue, how to solve it. Change all the places.
Okay.
Now we're .NET 6, we think.
Let's take a look.
Whoops. Yeah, definitely a whoopsie. Isn't it always the simplest solution?
The annoying part is that my note says something like upgrade to .NET 6. But yeah, I did that.
It's technically true.
Okay, there we go.
Oh, so you did a Jessica.
I did a Jessica.
Yeah, so what's that? A couple of weeks back when I was doing the CSS, I messed up in my notes. They were not helpful. We had to do a remake. There you go, but now we name it T.
T.
Thank you.
Let's see that in action.
Oh, that's irritating.
Yeah.
But at least it's working now.
It's better to end the show with a project that is actually working.
That's true. And now it works like magic. Yeah. Who would have known? Again, excuse this page. It's not styled yet.
Okay, so let's bring in question T equals. Let's do something.
That's not an equal sign.
There we go. Let's do 300. I have no idea what that is in.
How are you going to?
5 minutes.
It's correct.
5 minutes.
It's correct. I did the math.
But this is such an easy way.
If you upgrade all the way to .NET 5, it's an easy.
I'm gonna hear that for the rest of my life.
Until you upgrade to 6, yeah. To 7, probably.
But this is a super convenient way. Before this, you had to write a little bit of code in on initialize async or something like that, and get the query strings and parse them. And it's horrible. Okay, so let's pop back in here.
Let's see if we can work on this. Yeah, because now it works.
So there are, as far as I understand, I'm definitely not an expert. We need to revisit this. Maybe we could bring in an SEO expert or something like that. But basically, there are two major techniques to add these kinds of meta tags. So one is Twitter. Twitter has its own meta tags.
But what do you mean one is Twitter? So if I want to have stuff on my blog, I need to bring in Twitter?
No. So the meta tags has different names.
Okay.
So one could be, let's say, Twitter : title.
Okay, so if I'm using Twitter, I can get the title of the tweet or whatever.
Exactly, or the page.
Yeah.
Get the title of the page. You could add one image for Twitter, for example, or you can add another image for Facebook or whatever, on Google or whatever you want to call it.
Okay, so I can actually provide more than one format?
You can provide one format per
tag
these two platforms. So Twitter, and there's one called Open Graph. So that's the other one. And that's the one I believe LinkedIn is using, and Facebook, for example.
But that's good, because sometimes you need a little bit of different format on the images. because they look better.
Yeah.
And I know that the preview images that Twitter uses, they kind of cap them a little bit. So sometimes it looks a little bit iffy. I've seen pictures of people and you only see ankle down or something like that, and it looks iffy. So that's really handy.
And there's also like, for example, description that doesn't have anything to do with Twitter or Open Graph. That's something completely different. Now, I have lots of meta tags that I want to bring in. And as the TV chef I am, I hopefully still have them here.
In the magic copy-paste.
In the magic copy-paste. Look at that.
That is a lot. Can you again close the little output window?
I can do that.
Thank you.
So I can set a title. I'm not sure that we want to set the title. So this is going to be the one that's going to be shown in the tab.
Okay.
Not sure that we want to say episode 25 with...
well, it doesn't really fit in one tab anyways.
But you can. And that's the important part.
We could just call it coding after work.
Yeah, I think we're going to keep that one. So let's remove that one. So Twitter card, there's a lot of different cards. So this is a summary large image. So I'm thinking that if we share a podcast, we want to do it with a big image and woohoo, look at me.
Yeah.
So
makes sense.
I chose that one. There's probably others that we might want to use.
You just picked one of them.
I just picked one. I actually picked another one and then I changed my mind.
Which we might be going back and reiterate.
Yeah. Then we have site and creator, and that is going to be the Twitter handle for that particular thing. In our case, it's coding after work.
No surprises there.
And I have at, because if I just had one, I'm going to escape that, and it's going to try to get
so
a variable.
the code will think that you are now coding in the HTML.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now we're saying at, and we're getting...
and that will resolve as an at coding after work.
Yes, exactly.
That makes sense.
Then we have a Twitter description. We have a Twitter image. We're bringing in the content. Now, I think we need to revisit this as well, because the content is all in this episode, Jessica and Jimmy meets and all of that.
Yeah, maybe we need a short description there.
Yeah, and Twitter I believe they have 200 characters or something like that. The limit, I'm guessing that it really doesn't matter if you have more, but they're only going to take 200. We need to revisit that, but we're going to keep it for now. And as I mentioned, the image is there as well. And then we have Open Graph.
Yeah.
So there we have a URL, because we want to be able to
navigate to
it. Yeah. We need to fix that.
At AT&T, we're targeting Star Wars now. Yeah, that might be rubbing off, because we are building a Lego AT&T on Married Geeks show.
Maybe you should link that as well.
Yeah, I can do that. Because we have a nerd channel as well.
Because this one is not nerdy enough.
I know, right?
So I'm using OG. So that's Open Graph, URL, the title, description, and image. So basically the same thing as up here. But the Twitter has cards, OG has type.
Yeah.
And I actually already have a title, so I don't have to have that one as well. I already have the URL and an image. So let's remove that. They do have type, and I haven't figured this one out just yet, because this one has music.song, and this is a Facebook thing. They're using that. I read like we're not taking on any more users for music song. I don't know. Maybe we need to revisit that as well, but that's an option. We need to set the type.
Could be a way to identify that we actually have playing stuff.
And I've been trying to figure out what is the best SEO for a podcast, but I haven't managed.
That's a raccoon hole.
It definitely is. Okay, so the URL is obviously going to be the URL for our page.
Sounds right.
And then we can use something called navigation. So we're going to bring that one in. So we're going to inject that. Inject. And navigation.
We need a raccoon emoji for chat now. Yes, we do. Definitely.
Ooh, raccoon.
There is a raccoon. And we should...
Awesome.
Wait, there is one. Yeah, we need to make a special coding after work raccoon, I think.
T-shirt. A T-shirt. We need a T-shirt. Can we have a T-shirt? Raccoon. The nature's...
garbage collector.
Garbage collector, yeah.
Natural garbage collector.
So we're gonna inject a navigation manager. We're gonna call it navigation because I did that down there. So that makes sense.
Yeah.
So it's going to bring in, so navigation has like the URI, the URL for this page. It has functionality like you can navigate to other pages and stuff like that. But you can do all of that stuff there. Okay, so let's see what we got in time here. Let's bring this stuff into our video page as well.
Oh, the YouTube page.
Yeah, so our YouTube vid. Let's bring our friendly neighborhood head content there as well.
Is there a way to do like we did with some of the other stuff and just put this in once and all the pages will suck this in?
Well, we could, of course, create a component.
Yeah.
But in our case, I think that it's only videos and episodes that we want to have this specific information.
Yeah, probably.
So in our case, it's called video instead of an episode. So let's bring in that. Let's change that. All of the other things is named the same, so that's convenient.
Yeah.
And we need to bring in navigation. Let's
copy paste.
Let's copy paste. Scott Hansman says there's a finite number of keystrokes left in your life.
Yeah,
let's not use them for a navigation manager.
Let's not.
So there we go. Okay, so let's run it.
So how do you test the SEO? I'm going to say it again. Excuse the page. It's not done.
Okay, so let's bring in David Ork now this time. Let's see if we can do an inspect here. Yeah, it worked this time. So down here we have a Twitter card. We have coding after work with only one @ sign, not the @.
So we have a bunch of meta tags there.
We have content. That's the content for that we're supplying to.
Yeah,
to
and that's
Libsyn,
exactly what
basically.
you said in this episode. You mean Jessica talks to David Ort now?
And the HTML tags, we should probably remove those. We should probably make sure that is not more than 200 characters. I know that for my blog, I'm using the first paragraph, I believe. So that's one thing we could do. We could make sure that the first paragraph is not more than 200 characters, and we're just going to pick that.
But our motto for rewriting this page is done is better than perfect.
Yep.
So we are going to go back to a bunch of this stuff. Obviously, like you see the design, we have fixed some of the CSS, but not all of it.
But as you see here, we got all of those things up and running here.
Nice.
Now, because I didn't want to have to push any code on stream and then wait for it to build and then wait for it to deploy, and everyone would just, oh, come on, what's happening?
Have you prepped?
I have prepped.
That's nice. It's okay to
So,
prep sometimes.
We're going to go into coding of the work. Let's see if no, come on, be here. Do I have to type it out? Coding of the work. Dot. Come on. Fine. .NET, I believe. So there we go. And let's go into podcast. Let's click a arbitrary podcast. Let's pick, doesn't matter. Let's just pick one. And we got all of these good stuff here. Okay, great. So let's pick Jeff up here. Copy that one.
He has the coolest Blazor in the history of mankind.
And then we're going to go to a page called metatags.io.
That sounds awesome.
Let's create a new tab here. Let's bring it in. There we go. And we're just going to bring that to our awesome page.
Okay, so we just put in our URL into this magic page. And it does what? Show us.
So it's going to show us, this is the way it's going to look on Google.
Oh.
This is the way it's going to look on Facebook.
So it's just previewing
This is the way it's going to look on Twitter.
That is. So there was actually a way to test the meta tags.
Yeah, but you need to have it actually finished on the internet.
After you published it, there's a way to preview it. Oh, nice.
And we have LinkedIn, for example.
What was that? Metatags.io.
Metatags.io. There's probably more services out there. I know that Facebook, for example. Let's see here. So this.
I'm just going to paste it right here.
Now I'm going kind of off script, but I believe that Facebook for developers has some great features as well here. So we can just paste that. We can debug it.
It hasn't
this
been
URL,
shared.
that's fine. Fetch new information.
That is true. We have not shared our in production and not yet.
And there we go. You will see a link preview. There's also a very, so sometimes let's say that we have this image, for example, and we realize that we need another image. We need to change that image.
And this is true nowadays because in the current page we have a white board around, and we don't want that border. Yeah. So what
Facebook does is that they're caching everything. They're caching the image, they're caching the URL, it's caching the information.
Hard.
Yeah. So what you can do is that you can go into this page, do it like this. Let's see if I just so if I click debug again, it's not going to get that error message that we haven't seen this before. But then I can go do scrape again. So it's going to make sure that getting all the information again.
That's
so 2 seconds ago. So if we need to change anything, that is one way of refreshing the Facebook cache.
Yeah, we can force it to refresh that. Yep. Oh, that's good because they are really caching stuff hard, which I've noticed when I was doing some what do you call it, ads and stuff like that, promotions on Facebook. If you accidentally publish something that you needed to change mid campaign, that was interesting. That was interesting. So that's cool.
And I mean, in the metatags.io, they had all the links here. You have the Facebook link, you have Twitter, you have LinkedIn as well. So let's take a look at Twitter first. You can paste the URL. We're going to preview the card. We're going to get all the information. So this is the way it's going to look. So basically, meta.io is bringing in all of these features into one place.
So I don't have to go to
but you can.
Yeah, that's nice.
16 meta tags were found. There's a large image tag found. You're getting a little bit of debug information. I'm not sure that I ever used LinkedIn before. Well, I've used LinkedIn, but not this one.
But not the post inspector.
So let's see what happens here.
We
nothing. It's nothing.
Progress?
There we go. So this is the way it's going to look when we share a URL.
Nice.
Oh, there we go.
Description should be at least 100 characters
At
long.
least 100
That's
characters.
interesting. It should be probably more than that.
So the odd thing, if we look here, we'll see, wasn't it here? Yeah, so the description is empty here. I'm not sure about why. It could be that we have we have HTML tags and it's just going to it doesn't understand HTML tags.
Yeah.
Could be that. Let's type something here and generate meta tags.
Oh,
So
we can do that as well?
Yes, yeah. So we can. This is actually not the place I got the URLs from or the tags from, but
you could.
I could. So you see that we have a description, Twitter description.
Yeah, and on top you get the content you just wrote.
Yeah.
Okay,
and the title as well, and but as you may see here that the description here, we did have. Oh, what am I doing?
I don't know.
What is that feature? So as you can see here, the Twitter description has a content here, and we do have a content in our page as well.
Yeah.
But it's probably,
The
since
wrong
we
kind
have
of-
HTML and stuff like
Yeah.
that, it's probably not going to work.
And it's but it's interesting because it takes the image which also is in the content.
Yes.
Oh, we just have to look into. Go away from this page. I feel so bad.
But I need to show you the awesome T.
Yes.
120.
So 2 minutes.
Boom.
2
and
minutes.
2 minutes.
That's a cool feature.
Need to I had to show it in real life and in action.
It actually works.
Okay, so let's pop into our backlog. Let's see here. Where do we have it?
DevOps.
Backlog. Is it you? No? You? No? We don't have a backlog anymore. So let's... There we go. Coding off to work. That's what we're working with. Board. Sprints.
Sprint 7.
Add sponsor page is not what we're
that
going to do.
wasn't supposed to be.
That's kind of an annoying treat of Azure DevOps.
Treat.
Okay. Treat.
Treat. It's not a treat
It
if it's
should
wrong.
be treat.
They should give you treats.
You get fat from treats.
That's what happened this summer.
Okay, so we're upgrading .NET 6. We've done that.
Mm-hmm.
Done.
We almost did it twice.
We moved timestamp when we actually upgraded to .NET 6. We moved the timestamp. There we go. And we added SEO. Probably.
We beginned.
Yeah, again, we need to revisit this,
Yeah.
but we went further than I was hoping to because we got both YouTube and podcast SEO done. So that's good. To be fair, this might not be SEO. That's something that is flying in here.
Yeah, I've seen it. We have a lot of lights, so
Yeah.
if there's a flying bug here, it's sure to be in the
Lightroom.
Lightroom. Is it the Lightroom? Studio Lightroom?
I'm guessing so. This is sugar. It's not light.
No puns.
No
Wrong
pun-
show.
no
Wrong
puns.
show. Married Geeks?
A little bit of puns.
Puns.
Just a tiny bit.
Okay.
Just one.
Well, you reached your quota.
Okay, so we're done with SEO as well.
Yep.
If we need to revisit this, we're gonna bring that back.
Yep.
Basically, we're gonna do more of the awesome stuff.
Better done than perfect.
Yeah. So let's take a look here. Style content pages. Is that what we're going to do next time?
I think that is
Highly
something
prioritized.
Highly prioritized. That's on top of my list.
Now, I would argue that style the content pages,
Yeah.
add an about page,
Yeah, and the
And
sponsor
add a
page.
sponsor page is going to be the 3 things that we need to do to be able to release this.
To go live, actually
live,
switch
yeah.
out our page. Yeah.
And all of these other things are nice to have, but it works.
Yeah.
Now, I had one more thing that I wanted to show, but I never got that demo to work. So I'm going to hold that
You have
close
a secret
to my
now?
heart. I have a secret project. Again.
You and your secret project.
It's actually a pretty cool one. It's pretty cool.
Don't say that. Now I want to know.
It's actually, it's not.
Is it in the backlog?
It's not pretty cool. It's darn cool.
It's that cool?
It's.
And it's not in the backlog?
No.
Jimmy,
Don't think
to
so.
add cool stuff. That's a product backlog item.
What's up with this fly? McFly!
No, I said no puns. Okay, so that's a plan.
Yeah, I think so. And we did get everything to work this time. I'm extremely happy about this.
Let's see what I can mess up next time. Okay, so now the fly is on my... Nope.
I'm not that smelly. All right.
Okay,
So
that's it for today.
yeah, thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, thank
It's
you.
4 minutes before the deadline.
So what is the classical corporate way of saying that? I will give you back 4 minutes. I hate it. I hate it so much. You're not giving me anything.
You just took 1.5 hours minus 4 minutes.
Exactly. You're not giving me anything back. I'm not going to say thank you. This could have been an email.
That's so true.
That's today's rant.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us and hope to see you next week.
Bye, everyone.